Welcome to Right for Joy. My name's Allie Cross. I'm a USA Today best-selling author and certified life coach. I have chased joy my whole life until one day I realized I already had it. I found my joy, and now my goal is to help you find yours. Joy is all around us, so let's see if we can grab some of it for ourselves today. I'm Allie Cross, and this is Right for Joy. Welcome, everyone. Today, I'm joined by Adrienne Monson, an award-winning hybrid author and my friend.
Hi, you guys. It's always so fun when Allie's here.
We've already had some Allie goof ups. It's all right. Life is good, right?
And we're
So,
having a good time.
yeah. So if you're watching the video, you can see Adrienne's beautiful books beside her. She's so good at positioning herself so well to show off her stuff. I'm like, yeah, nothing. Adrienne is what is known as a vampire expert, which I feel is a whole show in and of itself. She got dubbed as the vampire expert by MSN when her Blood Inheritance novels came out, which are obviously vampire books. We're going to have to ask her about those. So that's a trilogy, but she also writes historical romance and dystopian and retold fairy tales. I want to know if the retold fairy tales have vampires in them or dystopian stuff or.
I call it paranormal. There's definitely paranormal elements in all of the retold tales.
Nice. Adrienne actually lives here in Utah. She lives with her husband. She's got 2 kids. And she is this amazing person who I think could probably do anything if she wanted to. But at the moment, anyways, she's a yoga instructor. She loves combat training. And she also is an emotional release therapist. So it's possible that we might have her back on the show at some later date to talk a little bit more deeply about joy in the abstract. Because I think that, well, like I say in my intro, that I've spent most of my life chasing joy only to discover that I already had it and just didn't realize. I think there's a lot more happiness and joy out there in the world if people knew how to recognize it. I think it's less about going out and finding it. It's an internal thing, really. It's perspective and stuff, right? Would you agree with that, Adrienne?
Absolutely would agree. Pam Robinson is the person who's trained me to be an emotional release therapist. And she has a book where she talks about our brain stores information of happy memories along with emotional clutter, as she called it. So we tend to focus on the negatives, but those positive things are right there in that same part of the brain. We just have to be willing to look for it.
That's interesting. I have all sorts of thoughts spinning off from that. It makes me think of Amy Cuddy's power posing and positive affirmations. She thinks they work more powerfully if you have first done some power posing. It's like clearing away all that, the road blockage or whatever, so that we
Yes.
can see more clearly to who we are and the power and awesomeness that's in us. Perhaps the way that you help people clear away the clutter to access their happy memories and their positive emotions, they can learn how to access them more easily. Yeah, I
Definitely.
think we shall have a show on that.
Okay. That sounds
For
great. I'm very passionate
today,
about that. So,
yeah, I bet you are. That must be an amazing experience.
yeah, very fulfilling. I mean, talk about joy. I get a lot
Yeah,
of joy out of doing that.
yeah. So I wanted to get your definition of joy, because when you tell someone, hey, let's talk about where you find joy in writing. I've found already, and I'm new at the show, that everyone has a slightly different perspective of what joy is. And this morning I was listening to a religious devotional, and they were talking about joy. and relating joy to service, that you find joy in the service of others. And you were just talking about that. And so um, it's just interesting how some people think it's just happiness. S- It it is a very complicated word. It's only three letters. It's like this teeny tiny word, and yet it can mean so much. So,
It's true.
what? How do you, for you personally, and or for this particular topic, define joy?
And that's a great question. Like you said, everyone has somewhat of a different perspective. And for me, I think, like you said, that little tiny three-letter word, there's so much that goes into it. And so for me, I think of joy as having inner peace, like being at peace with oneself and their place in this world. I think you can't have joy without having gratitude. Like they just go hand in hand together. The more gratitude you have in your life, the more joy you will find in your life. So I guess in a nutshell, that's what I think.
Yeah, I love that. I read a study recently, but I don't have it at my fingertips, where basically it was a study about gratitude and its impact on our mental health.
Mhm.
And the study showed quite unequivocally that I love it when I bring out big words and then I have to think about it. Like, did I actually
You said it
say
correctly. You're
that
good.
or whatever? It was like I have to think. Um, but basically, the people who had to write down 10 things that they were grateful for each night before bed, they got healthier, both physically and mentally, and rated themselves as happier, like a far greater amount than the control group that just didn't do any of those things. I think that you're probably right about the gratitude because I think it's all part. And it's interesting you say peace because I hadn't thought of joy as a sense of peace, but you're certainly not the only person to have said that. And when I looked up all the definitions of peace, no, joy, peace is part of it. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, so I love it. Thank you so much for that. Okay,
Yeah,
so
of
here,
course.
first of all, I never even gave you a chance to talk to us about your books. So, as a lead in to where you find joy in your writing, tell us a little bit about you as an author.
About me as an author. Well,
That's a
I
wide open question,
I know where to begin.
right?
Um, yeah, I've always enjoyed doing storytelling. Mostly it was in my head when I was a kid. I was a voracious reader, and that translated into me making up stories in my head when I was bored at school. And then I joined some writing contests in elementary school, and it was just
So
a
you
fun escape.
so you've been
Sorry.
putting pen to paper from a young age,
Yeah.
obviously for the writing contests.
Right. Yeah.
Elementary school is pretty young.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I didn't think of it as like this is going to be my career. It was just
Right.
fun, you know?
Yeah. So when did you start writing in earnest, or did you not so much? It just happened kind of over time.
Well, it was when I became a stay at home mom when my first son, who is a boy, was born. And I quit after he was about 4 months old, my day job, and just became a stay at home mom. And he was such a good sleeper. He slept
He's
12
like,
hours at night and then
oh,
two 2 hour naps in the day. And we lived in this tiny little home. It was really easy to take care of and keep it clean. So I just rediscovered my love of reading first. And then I thought, you know what? Why I have this time. I should just start writing like for reals and actually try to publish it this time.
and did you find your path to writing pretty easy after that point? You were just a writer
Oh no,
or
it's not that easy, is it?
no?
It was a small press publisher called Jollyfish Press, and they've been bought out by a larger young adult company. And I left the press at that point because my books are new adult. Um, but yeah, I joined writers groups and just I was like the president of the Utah chapter writers for a little while, and I just tried to immerse myself in going to writers' conferences and just be around people who could help mentor me and let me know,
Yeah.
what I needed to do, give me some
Well, you lived in
connection.
the right state for that.
I know.
It is not special to be a writer in Utah. It's really sad. Kind of sad.
No, it is not. You tell someone you're a writer and they're like, "Oh, me too," or "My mom," or
Yeah.
so
My
and so.
cousin, my
Yeah.
mom, my sister, my dogs, like they're all writers. Where if you go to like another state and you mention that you're a writer, people are like, ah, and it's like really not that special.
I guess it's time to move, huh, Allie?
Both awesome and unfortunate. It's awesome because we make such beautiful writer friends here, and there is such a great support system and
Mhm.
opportunities and everything. You definitely don't have to be an alone writer here in Utah. There's somebody somewhere who will have lunch with you or have a write in with you or something. But
Absolutely, which is
it's also
beautiful. I love that.
it is beautiful. It's a little hard to shine when you are surrounded by so many stars, but we all brighten the night sky, right? I have no idea where these things come from. It's just in the head, and then I say stupid things. So tell us about your books.
Yeah, I started with the vampire trilogy and I started branding myself as like the vampire person.
Uh-huh.
And then I just had so many different story ideas that I couldn't stay in one lane.
How
So
about what genre are you writing in now?
I am writing dystopian right now. I'm writing a trilogy, and the first book of that will be my 10th book that gets published, and it should come out this
Nice.
fall. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. And for everyone listening, all of Adrienne's links are in the show notes. So please follow her. Make sure you click the follow button on Amazon or that you sign up for her newsletter so that you know when each new book comes out. So, down to what we're here for. Tell me about where you find joy in your writing.
Joy in my writing. Well, I feel like I'm a crazy person. I have characters that talk to me in my head all the time.
Yeah,
And
you're not crazy. It's just called writer, right?
I know, right? And I even have like another trilogy after this dystopian one. And I'm not getting around to writing it yet. And I just feel like they're kind of nudging me
Right?
in my brain.
I know. I
It's my
understand that.
turn. It's like this mix of, I know, I'll get to you. And there's so much joy in telling someone's story. And I really don't feel like I put a lot of elements of myself in my characters. They're just these
Very
amazing.
interesting. I mean, it's different because I know I definitely write myself into my books, and
Um,
um, I kind of thought everybody did that. So that's
no,
really interesting.
yeah, I don't know. I think for me, I'm a somewhat private person. So there's an element of I I don't want to share the deep details of my psyche to other people. I will share other people's stories with other people. And I feel like I still connect with people that way, and it doesn't have to be my books necessarily. Connecting with any other reader who shares a love of a book is just a fun thing to do. And I think there's joy that comes from saying, "Oh my gosh, you love that book too." And "Oh yeah, I stayed up all night to read it." And "Oh yeah," like it's just this bonding moment that you have with books that it reaches far deeper than almost anything else when you're
Yeah.
connecting with someone.
Well, we as humans have been telling stories to each other from the very beginning. So are you that when you're creating your characters and writing from the truth of who they are, you find joy in knowing that this character will resonate with someone who is that where you find your joy? Is it kind of in that process?
It's definitely heavily tied to that. And also I just love being able to show readers that because every character goes through a difficult thing, right?
Yeah.
And we have so many difficult things we deal with in our own life. And I feel like writing these books is just another way to show someone. First of all, it helps them escape for a minute and they can take a break
Mm,
from all the heaviness in their life. And then they can also just see, oh my gosh, yeah, there is a way to overcome this. There's a way to work through the difficulties and come out on the other side. And I feel
Yeah.
like every story kind of showcases that to readers.
It's that hero's journey, which we're all living in our real life as the
Uh-huh.
heroes of our own stories. But in books, we see a whole life kind of encapsulated in this one 400-page, 300-page story,
Yes.
and makes it easier for us to learn and grow ourselves.
And I
So,
also think it helps validate too, because there might be some people
yeah.
who think I'm the only one going through this, but if they read about a character who is going through something similar or worse or something, even
Mhm.
though they're a fictional character, there's
Yeah.
some validation there for a reader.
That's why there is this such a strong call over the last 10 years or so for not only diverse characters, but people with mental illnesses or
Yes.
physical impairments and everything, because we all want to see ourselves in someone who is overcoming the hard stuff.
Agreed.
And so, so there's definitely, it just makes me so fascinated about the connection that happens between people, even though you are an author who is so far removed physically from your reader,
Mhm.
you can still share in this kind of intimate experience. You've put your heart and hope onto a page, and someone receives them. We're not
Yes.
lucky enough to have everyone receive the messages that we're sharing. Some people will just read them and go, "Hey, that was good," or they might not like it at all. But
Mhm.
someone will receive the heart message. That's not to say that we're all writing stories with like heavy themes or morals,
Sure. Yeah.
but we're writing from our hearts and sharing that. And it's amazing that it will be received by someone who will never know you, never see you, might never know or think of your name, but will know
Mhm.
this character and their experience. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And I call my books popcorn books. They're purely entertainment, but there's always some depth, I think, even to the lightest type of stories. And I think
listening to
it's
you, I don't think it would be possible to have a story written by you that didn't have heart.
oh well, thank you.
So, I just can't imagine that. So, I kind of think that's extra awesome that you can write light, easy, not easy, but popcorn. He'll just go with that. Popcorn
Like it's
books.
just fast and easy to read, right?
Right.
It
But
pulls you out of
that's
reality for a
still,
little while. You enjoy it.
yeah,
But yeah, I would love it if people do, you know, feel the heart of it too. I don't know how you feel, Allie, when you're writing, but sometimes it feels like I'm pulling teeth or, I've seen like memes of someone bleeding on to
yeah.
the keyboard.
Yeah, there
Like
are
I
days like that
feel
for
that.
sure. Yeah. Yeah. This was a really great conversation. Adrian, thank you so much. Do you have any any last message or something that you would like your readers to know or our listeners?
Okay, so readers just keep enjoying life and find ways to have joy. And I agree with Allie's message of joy is found within, not without. And writers just keep writing. The writers who are successful are the ones that just sit in the chair and keep writing. Don't let yourself get discouraged when you feel sad or depressed or unmotivated. It's okay to give yourself those days where you're just going to have self indulgence and then get back to writing because you will succeed if you do that.
I hear you. I shall endeavor to write more. I feel like I'm just coming off of a long stretch that was really hard for me.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so
And it's okay. Like I said, it's okay to life circumstances make it that you have to prioritize your own health first. You can't
yes,
create until you're taking care of you.
that is true. That is definitely true. But I kind of feel like in life in general, whether you've screwed up or avoided doing the thing, whatever it is, we're not looking back. We're going
Right.
forward. So every day is a new day. And, but I heard your message. I shall show up to write. Yeah.
Well,
Right.
good. I
It's,
inspired one person. That's great.
it's good to get that encouragement. Today was a harder day. So
I'm
I
sorry.
personally appreciate that. Adrienne, thank you so much. Like I said earlier, I've said it several times now. I'm pretty sure there's so many conversations we could have. And I think a lot of them might be of interest to this audience. So don't be surprised if I knock on your door again and be like, can we go talk about joy now?
For
um,
you, Ali,
mm,
anything. I adore you.
oh, you're sweet. Thank you. I am so grateful for you. This woman is, like I said at the beginning, she is beautiful inside and out. And it's the inside that really radiates. And I hope all of you, or as many as possible, have the chance to, if not meet her in person, to read one of her books. I suspect you will find that beauty that resides in her stories. So I hope you'll check them out. And thank you for listening to Write for Joy and to Adrienne for joining us. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye,
Thanks so much,
everybody.
Ali.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining me.